Staring at the Sun, Chapter 6. Different anymore. As I get older, the memories of my younger years start to fade. Checking in with my fire friends on the internet, going down the list of old flames. Who are they now? Where did they go? Nights spent wondering how my old friend and my fire buddy were. What kind of dads would they have been? What kind of work would they have gotten into? Where would they vacation? Did they have kids? What do they look like? They ever get married? So many unanswered questions that I will investigate. Did the post get his attention? Are you thinking of me like I'm thinking of them? Post. Now they are. A slow grin. Every step in my road, wondering whatever happened to my fire buddy. Sorry I spoiled that for you. Yeah, me and my buddy didn't end up together. We were only ever a very hot summer in 2007. My fire buddy called me at the end of summer, explained once more all of the reasons. We do not date during the school year. I was facing that reality that we were not meant to be. God did not want us together. We had one last blow up on the internet and did not talk much after that. I got good at saying the one thing that made everyone leave, and always followed by my deep regret on how I lost friendship. I have lost my buddy's friendship for good this time. My words sliced his heart and we had to cool it off. I was too heated. There were no words he could say that would have cooled me off. Seemed like he was adding fuel to my fire. My stomach started to cramp in sorrow from our final goodbye, and realizing that nothing lasts forever was breaking my heart. Here comes my snot cries to his striped green zip-up hoodie, a hoodie he left at my house after our week together. And I still smelled the smoke from the bonfires. And if you put the hood up, pull the strings tight, and close your eyes, it will take me back to the night on the beach. We laid on our bellies, searching for bait for fishing that night, sitting on the porch until sunrise, talking about everything, listening to music and lighting up the night, smelling each other's hair, laughing and laugh so deep into our bellies. I would put cigarette holes in his shorts for him to remember me when he wore them, and I liked to pull his hoodie over his head, shake his head to the beat of the music. Nowhere to be but in that moment, together. Each moment together was layering the hoodie with magic, magic in a memory. This was a magic hoodie that helped me escape to the good memories of my high school bedroom. The kind of hoodie that feels like the world is wrapping you. Then my jealousy hit. I seen a lot of girls commenting under his thirst traps. My fire buddy used his love to flex on MySpace. It was very clear that he was living his best life. It burned for a second, then I moved on. There were no hard feelings. Looking back, I am so happy that he spent his nights with warmth of young love. I hope he found what he was looking for, and most of all, I hope he was happy. You never know. Maybe we will bump into each other. Sparks will fly. Things might just pick up right where they left off. We did not bump into each other as much that year. I only watched him from the internet at night, wondering which of those girls commenting under his picture he was talking to. My fire buddy had a new lean in his walk. The strut he had was like a brand new man. And enjoying all those rich girls at his daddy's house, envisioning that they were sitting on his lap, playing with his hair. He made his choice, so I will make mine. I warned him that he might regret saying goodbye. I was a senior and looked like trouble, the kind of trouble boys want to get in. My confidence at the time was at an all-time high. My life was calm, my future was bright, I was young, beautiful, smart, and funny, and I had my life ahead of me. The sky was the limit, and any hurt that I had picked up from all those boys was not going to stop me. Those were just boys. Now to get through my senior year, to start my life. My fire buddy was not waiting for me. I will not wait for him, however, my bitterness was still in my mouth. And when I called up an old friend that looked like him, his friend always made my fire buddy jealous, posting pictures on the internet to be seen and felt, trying to make my old fire buddy feel my burn. However, my internal compass did not like this behavior. This boy was my go-to weapon to hurt men that crossed me, and I was starting to feel bad this time. The fall of 2007, my old friend's best bud was my date this year for homecoming. My fire buddy made a promise to take me, but he could not get me. I laid my I called I called I called my backup, but he wasn't really my backup because I had time to think about this. Because when I wrote this, I literally had no idea who anybody was. I have really bad extreme post-traumatic stress, so I can't remember anything. So a lot of these stories are made up. So this person wasn't my backup. I years of thinking about it. He's probably the one, he was the one that I liked the most at school, because Johnny went to a different school. This date was hitting two birds with one stone. He was best friends with the boy that I had a grudge against after 2007. From 2004, I was on pursuit of my friend. Now he was taking me to my senior homecoming, and I liked him. He seemed like he would be a good boyfriend. However, everything changed when his best friend in 2006 stole his girl, me. I don't think I was his girl, but sure. His buddy was always at the right place at the right time. He was in every class right behind me, next to me, above me, on every project. We were three best friends until his buddy burned him again. The rest of the year at school was awkward. My old friend and I were not just friends anymore. The suspense. Then I ran my old friend off with nothing but a bruised eye from the apple I launched at his head, which I still am trying to figure out what even happened. All I know is that happened in my life. I don't like that part of me. I like feel so bad about it. Like, I'm 34 years old and I still almost every day like apologize for throwing an apple. Uh, Throwing that apple. Like, I feel like we joke about it now, but sometimes it's not funny. But then it is again. It's weird. Just circling the same emotions. We will hear about this story. We will hear about this story a little later. It is a story that we need a little bit of time to unpack. There is a lot of history between my old friend and I, and the apple was the atom bomb of what I knew. Knew that I had real big girl feelings for him. My heart broke when he ran out crying, trying not to call me a name he would not be able to take back. Stacy! Stacy, look what you've done! I know. That was probably when, in seriousness, probably when my paranoid schizophrenia started, because I don't remember. I remember him leaving the room. It's what it's not funny. Don't throw things. Where were we? I just stood there and watched him walk away from my daily life, no longer standing with me and above me, no longer laughing with me, and no longer close enough to smell. Now, we are in a new year, and when I was a senior, I knew that I was going to have the best bud of my old friend, and I knew that he would tell our mutual old friend all the details of my company. And I can be a bitter buddy, as the kids would say. It worked. He looked like my old fire buddy, and this is how he caught my eye. I spotted him and told my best friend, he looks like him. Now, when I originally wrote this, these two are still real life best friends, and this has been written 3 years ago, but I was like, trying to lean, but then I was like, it's been like that all. I'm like snooky for these two, and what I've gathered is it's best to just have them as characters in my books, and then we'll see each other. And I love them both very, very much. Probably a little too much. It's time to move on, but we always have this bunch of delusions that Stacy can't remember our life. I'm sure you guys can't remember it either if you're out there watching. They're my biggest fans. Where were we? She just looked at me. She just looked at me and said, "No, where are we at?" I can be a bitter Betty, as the kids would say. It worked. He looked like my fire buddy, and this is how he ever caught my eye. I spotted him and told my best friend, "He looks like him." And she just looked at me and said, "No." I needed to move on past the chronicles of my fire buddy and girl. It appears that my old friend won the lottery. He showed up on the day I needed a weapon to hurt my fire buddy. I don't always like the way that I say things, but I'm also like, it's 3 years ago. Who cares? Sometimes you go back and you like want to change a 3-year-old version of yourself and how you're interpreted, but you just don't have. You guys have to move forward from it. Seems like I was getting the reputation my mama warned me about. Trying to stay the good girl for most of my life until something changed. Boys happen. The games of silly little boys. Most boys could handle my moods. And if you want my intense love, you will need to learn how to tame my wild horses. Oh, yeah. Things started to get ugly and lines too blurred. Something did not feel right anymore. My games needed to end. I love making myself the villain. Now I'm older, looking back at my pictures and memories of boys teasing me now, I've seen that they just loved me, my vibe, my soul. I am 31 and appear to be a successful woman. Most days I am succeeding from the places I have come. My body is beautiful still, and most days I am a good person. All the boys came sliding into my direct messages throughout the years, all of them watching me for years grow into a woman, able to hold my own, and all these lonely boys in college would escape great regret missing their chance. Sorry, boys, I had a boyfriend. Didn't go so well. Audible slurps. Most of the boys I would just delete without reading. However, there was one I was ready to reply to. He was stubborn. My fire buddy was mad at me. I moved on. I fell in love on accident right before I graduated. My new boyfriend for the summer was winning my heart, and if he hadn't, I would have been single for the summer, ready for another round with my old fire buddy. However, I was showing up to the summer parties with a new boy, and it was clear that I was falling in love with someone new, not him. Rubbing my new hot boyfriend in his face. A few times I would bring my boyfriend around after I graduated, making each boy jealous of each other, and doing all the same games. My fire buddy knew this game. My new boyfriend only knew what I told him. Over the years, we drink, we get lonely, and most times when he drinks and messages, I never reply. And if I opened the door, I would hurt my new boyfriend. However, everyone knew that my new boyfriend had a wandering eye. Found myself in the same situation. A boy not wanting me to be anything but his, but can't keep something in his pants. Crack myself up. The last thing that my fire buddy messaged was, "Stacy Day, you need to talk to me. I have something I need to tell you." I do not think I ever seen the message when it was originally sent in 2010. My heart feels like my jealous boyfriend deleted it. And maybe this was what my fire buddy was trying to tell me. Did he hear about my perfect boyfriend not being so perfect? Was he trying to